IT. Anytime, anywhere.
Place and fell in love with every smell inside. Did it check?
So, and welcome back to Arnesville playing field where we are here at the VPL 4.0 Dream 11 High Room. Now game number 6, day number 3. Dark View Explorers have set a target of 95 for 4. The Grenadine Divers would have to get 96 in their 10 overs. So we are here anticipating a very exciting game. And the commentary booth with me is Alanson. We have discussed the innings so far. What do you think would be the approach of the Divers?
Well, seeing who is coming out to open the batting, Shallow and Kato, two very experienced batsmen, I think they would need, one of them at least needs to bat very deep into the innings, probably to the 8th or 9th over, and see how best they can give, or even to the end, see how best they can give their team a chance of chasing down these 95 runs. You might look at it in light of the first game and say, well, this should be easy. But as we have mentioned before, everything is never as easy as it seems, especially at this point in the tournament, having not won your first game, the pressure will be on the Divers to get going. See opening the bowling for the Explorers is the pacey Darius Martin, or will it be Dean Brown? One of them will be opening the bowling. Both of them are lining up to bowl from the other end. And so we should see some good pace on this pitch based on what we have seen so far. We should see some good pace from these bowlers. So if they can get a few early wickets, they can set the cat amongst the pigeons, so to speak, and defend this total that seems like it should be an easy chase.
Well, the vibes is nice. The stage is set. Innings number 2, high run, shallow on strike. We call him the little master. Here we see Vincent Grenadines and Darius Martin. We call him our smooth. See, that one is short. Beats shallow into the gloves of James. So a good start here by Darius Martin, one of the quicker bowlers in this tournament. Shallow needs to score some runs in this innings.
Yes, a lot will depend on him and Kato. They are the experienced players. Windward Islands players, Roland Kato, a current Windward Islands player. Hiron Shallow, former Windward Islands player. And Kato also one of the overseas picks. So, a lot will depend on these two in this chase. And they have been given the responsibility to open the batting. To come, there's also Captain Shembrong, who has opened in previous editions for the Divers, and a few others.
Well, they will have to take on the mantle, and that one chance there is that had hit the stumps. Shallow might have been in some trouble, but a good feeling there by Hooper at short extra cover. Shallow scampering in, and when the Divers are on their way, they are 1 without loss. And a very good trade by Hooper in the covers.
If there's one fielder that you don't want to take it to, it's Shamma. He's brilliant in the field. So be very careful there.
Kato would be on strike. We saw a glimpse of some brilliance from the first game, but he needs to carry on and he needs to get some runs in the innings. That one is a lovely delivery, just sliding across the off stump. Kato pulled inside of that, or he was Kato would be on strike.
I think he pulled inside. I think he really benefited it out. He was far enough away from it that I would say that he was
a top delivery there by Martin, really. Michael holding of St. Louis and the Grenadines. He has a very smooth run up, nice action, and he hits the top very well. Sliding, skiddy action is really lovely to look at as he runs past his young man. Beautiful run up he has. Another full delivery. Ball signal by the umpire. So this would be a free hit. Kato. So that front leg just going over the front crease, and a no ball being signaled by umpire Davis. A good way to get off the mark here for Kato.
Disappointed with that one. His supposed deliveries were very good. As we see the replay there, showing him going over the front line.
Sets himself for a free hit. Actually the first one in this game. Cardinals seen a ball in that no ball. Sets himself. Oh, beautifully bowled by Darius Martin. A slower delivery, and Kato was through that shot even before the ball got to him. Well disguised.
It's very good delivery there. And he also kept it away from him. It was fairly wide, so asking him to stretch. And quite often the slow deliveries tend to be even more effective before they are away from you, asking to use your arms. So you're a little bit off balance, even if you make contact. Sometimes you may not get the desired amount of contact that you're looking for.
So the feel is a slip, backward point short, extra cover, mid on, third man. Long on, that's one is short and pulled to the onside by Kato. They're looking to get two. Good running, two completed. Short delivery here by Martin, and Kato not hitting in the middle of the bat, but he gets 2 runs.
Yes, that one didn't get up as high as he may have anticipated, but he adjusted well, kept his eye on it, and didn't go for the full-blooded pull because of that, and just turned it just behind square, getting 2 runs.
Last delivery of this, the first over. Grenadine Divers, they are 4 without loss. Shallow is on 1. Kato is on 2. That one is hit over, mid off, into the fence for 4. That was a full delivery, and Kato had no problems of stroking that over the mid off into the fence for 4. The first boundary of the Grenadine Divers innings.
Yes, that one was a little bit too full from Darius, and it really was an easy boundary in the end for a batsman of Kato's caliber. He just leaned forward and drove that one over mid off, a couple of bounces into the boundary. So 8 without loss after the first over. Kenroy.
Yes, it would be very important to see how well these two batters go, because they are, in my opinion, the chief run scorer for this team, with Asif Hooper, who has been the backbone for the last 3 tournaments or so. But these two batters need to put up a solid foundation for the Grenadine Divers. If they have to reach a target of 95, somebody from the top 3 has to bat through the innings. It'll be Shallow on strike. Graves will be bowling. Short delivery, and that is his pet shot. Don't bowl in that area for high run Shallow. If there's an area you ought not to be bowling, is there.
I see he's a master of the cut shot, whether it is against spin, against pace, whether it's turning in, whether it's turning away, swinging in, swinging away once you give him the cut shot. He will thrive on that any day and feast on it.
Well, that ball raced through backward point, nobody moved. They just retrieved that ball. So the master is on the go. Leg, he just tickles that off. He's in between 2 fielders. He's looking for a second. Good running there. Excellent running. And we know Shallow is not a very good runner between the wicket. So he has scampered 2 runs there.
Yes, he has a reputation of being involved in run-outs, either with him getting run out himself or running others out. But well judged to in the end.
Yes, indeed. Short delivery. The no coming out from Kato, and the encouragement coming from the Dark Explorers. Keep going, keep going. So the encouragement from both sides. These two need to set a solid foundation here. Another good delivery by Graves, resulting in a single. So 15 without loss for number 2. Pretty good start so far.
Yes, they are more or less up with the rate. It's only 9.6 that they require at the beginning, and they are going at 9 runs and over right now. So no need for anything too injudicious. Play it as it comes. The
bowling for the Darkview Explorers. Who do you think that they would go to next?
That should be run out, is it?
He has referred to the third umpire. We just spoke of running between the wickets with high and shallow. And here we go. Over number 2, the final delivery, and there's a referral to the third umpire. Was that needed?
We'll have a look at the replay.
I think he's struggling. I think he's
struggling
struggling.
because when you think of it, that was hit to Shaman.
Yeah, it's one of the,
he's a live wire in the field.
one of the better fielders in this tournament. A really excellent fielder he is. Always high ball is ready to go, and he threw that ball with some vigor, taking the bails off and shallow. In my opinion, was struggling. It's 15 without loss.
Waiting on the replay.
So the third umpire. It's waiting on the replay to make sure that Shallow make his ground. Did he not make his ground? That's something that he has consistently done in his cricket career, running himself. There we go. Picked up by Hooper, comes in. Oh, he's gone. He is gone. Well,
the only question is whether the ball hit.
Whether the ball hit the stumps. Did the ball hit the stumps on the keeper's glove?
That's the only thing that needs to be decided. But Shallow is definitely well short of his ground, so it's just a matter of going back over that replay.
He's out.
It's been given out by the third umpire, Martin.
Well, we called it, and he proved us right. Hiram Shallow goes back, run out, 8 from 6 deliveries. Grenadine Divers have lost the experience Shallow as he walks back in a very slow way. He's gone through the run out route. 15 for 1, and Darkview Explorers have struck well.
Yes, you feel like if he left some runs out there, he was looking good. He had gotten away his favorite cut shot earlier in the over.
जो लाइव मैच देख रहे हैं चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें नहीं तो लाइव बंद हो जाएगी.
Straight to Hooper, who we know is a very brilliant fielder, and he came in, he attacked the ball, so he cut down the distance that the ball had to travel to him at the time, and his throw was right on target. So excellent feeling there by Shaman.
And that brings to the wicket Brown, one of the Browns. He has been with this team a pretty long time as well, and we know him as a dasher. That one hit in the outer portion of the bat. He's running down to the third man fence, fielded there by his Lewis. He has Raff on his back. So he's off the mark. 2 runs. Score is now 17 for 1. They need another 79 runs from 48 deliveries. Who would be the person to take the batting to take it to the Darkview Explorers to bring home the victory for Grenadine Divers? Who would that be?
Let's have some batsmen. You see here, Shembrong has replaced Shallow at the wicket. Hooper is still yet to come, so to Abraham. Strong is a very dangerous low-order hitter batsman. So they do have some players to come, but somebody has to put their hand up and say, well, I will be responsible for scoring most of the runs, and that has to be somebody in the top order.
Yes, indeed. So while somebody from the Grenadine Divers is looking to take on the bowling, who you think that would really cause problems for the Grenadine Divers in this bowling attack for Darkview Explorers?
They have a few options. Most of their batters actually bowl as well. So Hooper, we already saw Graves, and we have seen Athana's bowl when he was in the midfield. He didn't bowl that much, but he's also a bowler. And of course, Dean Brown, them being all-rounder, is coming into the attack now. He has bowled well in past tournaments, but Martin, I think, is the kind of bowler who can get amongst the wickets. The others tend to be a bit more of defensive bowlers, restricting the run rate.
In with his first delivery. Scampering another single, looking for another run out. It's Martin who's done the fielding there. Is it? Outfielder Harry, 23 on his back. On his back. Well, there's a. young, talented Luke Wilson, sorry, he had, I think, something like 13 scalps in the tournament last year. He is on the field as well. He is someone to look forward to.
Absolutely.
He's a young, intelligent cricketer.
That was my mistake. I remember that he was on this team.
It happens at times, but the ball is with Brown. Brown to Brown, short delivery. So the brothers are having a contest here. And we know how passionate they are about their cricket. They would be chatting each other, chanting each other. They are in different teams. It's Brown to Brown telling each other what I'm going to do to you and these sort of things. So Dean Brown is with the ball and his older brother is with the bat. You know him as a dasher who would win this battle.
Was late on that pull shot.
Short attack and it's in the air. He's getting under it. He's out caught. Brilliant. Short delivery. He went for the pull, knowing his brother. And wicket number 2 has gone. Brown is gone. Trying to pull that one over mid-wicket. And the younger brother has the victory.
Well, as I alluded to previously, he was late on the first one. So the first pull shot, the ball was in keeper James' hand well before he got through the shot. And there again, he was hurried a bit for the pace, and his brother was able to take a very nicely judged return catch. Another live wire in the field is Dean Brown. You saw him making good ground to get to that. And of course, an extra bit of spice in the celebration there because I just got my older brother out.
Yes, indeed. And he made some ground there after bowling that delivery, running across the mid-wicket, diving and rolling over, taking a beautiful catch. Wicket number 2 goes 18 for 2. 18 for 2. Skipper Asif Hooper comes to the crease. He has been the backbone of this team. He has been the backbone of this team, scoring the majority of the runs for this team. It is left up to him and the experienced Keto to get the remainder of these runs for this team.
Yeah, this pair would be absolutely vital.
Oh, that's a beautiful shot. It was short and he climbed into it and pulled that over square leg into the fence for 6. A wonderful shot by Keto.
Keto is saying, this is not your brother. Current Windward Islands batsman in the first class cricket, and your pace is not quick enough to be bouncing me.
But you can bowl that to your brother, you're not bowling that to me. That's the statement Keto just made. A short delivery and that was pulled over mid-wicket into the fence for 6, and the president got excited. He's in again. Keto is hitting that one powerfully over mid-on into the fence for 6. That's a wonderful shot, a shot of class.
Yes, that was a splendid shot there by Keto. He got close enough to the pitch and unleashed a rasping drive. That one didn't fly very high in the air, but it went far, quick to the boundary. It just got there in probably about 1.5 seconds.
Well, the only difference in that, a bullet from the gun, you will not see it, but that one you saw it travel from the bat. It went with some speed and some power, and it was full of class. A fantastic shot by Keto. 2 wonderful shots so far from off the bowling of Dean. He's rushed to score to 30 for 2, and he has gone to 19 from 9. He need another 66 runs from 43 balls, and he's making a statement here. Brown. Another short delivery. He's out caught behind. He's out caught behind. A short delivery. Hitting the glove into the keeper's glove. Lyndon James, and the celebrations have continued here for Darkview Explorers. It's 30 for 3.
Yeah, that was a very, very important.
Lucky enough to catch up with the Minister of Sport in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Minister, how are you enjoying the game this afternoon?
Good afternoon. I just arrived at the game and I see an exciting cricket match going on here between the Divers and the Explorers. I understand that the first team that batted 95 runs and so it's 96 a chase, but it seems as though the second team batting in some trouble. I see that they have lost about 3 wickets so far, but it's an exciting game. Cricket is a game of low uncertainties. You only win when the last man is out.
And what do you think about the whole VPL tournament here in St. Vincent and the exposure it's bringing to our local players?
Well, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for our cricketers. The entire world is looking at us here with our fans and we're ready to expose
And what do you think about the whole VPL tournament here in St. Vincent and the exposure it's bringing to our local players?
जो जो चैनल देख रहे हैं कृपया कर सब्सक्राइब कर दें ब्रो.
So I would encourage some other spectators. I know that the protocols is not yet quite lifted, but I hope that as the game progresses, that more persons will turn out to look at the matches there.
Thank you so much, Minister. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the rest of the match and the rest of the tournament. Any quick advice to players?
Well, I would just advise them to play good cricket and may the best team win.
Thank you. And this is Banava Brown, back to you in broadcasting.
Thank you, Banana. Beautiful, beautiful. It's beautiful. It's wonderful to see the officials coming out to VPL 4.0. And as I said, if you're not here, join it down to Arnisville playing field and come and see some exciting cricket on a day-to-day basis. It starts at 12 every day. Luke, the youngster, is with ball in the hand. There's a loud appeal, there's a drop catch. First delivery out of his hand into the gloves of Lyndon James. A drop catch, and they have sneaked a single.
That proved to be costly. Lyndon having dropped his teammate there. A local cricket teammate, that is, not in VPL. That may prove to be costly. We know Hooper is a very dangerous batsman, and if he gets set here, he can make a mockery of the total.
Well, would that be punishment for the Dark View Explorers? We don't know as yet. And for the Canadian divers, they're hoping that the skipper would make absolute best use of that chance. But Luke Wilson would be trying to prove differently here as Abraham joined him. It's another good delivery by loud appeal by Luke. He is a chief wicket taker for his team. First VPL played last year, the youngster, picking up 12 scalps or so, and he continues to bowl well for his team. Very intelligent youngster he is. Right in delivery. There's another loud appeal. No signal from the umpire.
Yes, what I like about the young off spinner is that he looks to turn the ball. He's bowling off spin. He doesn't say, well, I'm trying to bowl some darts here just to keep the batsmen down. He's looking to turn the ball, looking to get wickets.
That
Flighting the ball as well.
That is important for him and his team. Another mistake by the skipper. Take that cleanly. See a signal from the umpire? Or did it hit the edge? No signal from the umpire, that's a signal. It's hit the edge. So 4 deliveries have gone to 5 is over. It's 32 for 3. That one is a short delivery. Would be out. Oh, he was just tips that one over the bar. It's Atenes. That was a difficult chance. But it goes into the fence for 6. And the skipper is off the mark. Not a confident shot, but he gets away with it. And the first 6 of the innings.
It was always going to be a very difficult catch because he's on that side. The wind blows the ball to him where he is over there. So it might seem as if it's not coming and then all of a sudden it's over your head.
Chance number 5 go begging this game so far. Quicker delivery. Well bowled. Scampers a single. Score moves up to 43. From 39.
Yes, and it seems as if I'm slipping on at Kenroy Martin because in addition to not mentioning Luke Wilson when you asked me about the bowlers, I did mention Young Williams as well, the leg spinner. And these two in tandem worked wonders for the Dark View Explorers in the last competition.
Two of the chief wicket takers for the Dark View Explorers in the last edition. They have a reputation of taking wickets when they come to bowl, and they are banking on those two to get wickets here.
So after 4 overs, it's 39 for 3. That's the 3 batsmen in the top order, both openers and the number 3 batsmen have been dismissed. Shallow, Kato, and Shem Brown have ball being dismissed. And so a lot depends now on Captain Asif Hooper and also Abrahams. So 2 wickets to Dean Brown in 1 over, really jolting the chase so far as young Williams comes into the time.
Silroy, short delivery, skidding on to him, hitting the inside edge, down to the man at short, fine leg. A good start here by the leg spinner. I think that Silroy, he was the chief wicket taker in the first VPL as well. He tosses the ball from hand to hand. He's hitting that one over me. Is there anyone there? No, nobody's there. He's into the fence for 4. 4 runs to Skipper Hooper. Grenadine Divers 43 for 3. Another good shot by Hooper. That seems more confident.
That one seems to come out of the front of the flipper type delivery. Not looking to turn the ball, and Hooper was into the slog sweep. And again, how dangerous would that drop chance prove to be?
We have seen 5 catches going down in this game so far. And they have cost a lot thus far. This one costs a little bit more. That one is outside the leg stump. Signal from the umpire is that they have cost for 2. Waiting on the signal for the umpire. Roger Davis, white signal, so that's 3 runs. 3 runs, a pretty healthy over thus far.
So seal Ron Williams in his first over. So far it's been quite productive for the Divers. So he looked to pick it back in his last few deliveries.
Short delivery, and he pulls that one into the fence for 4. Skipper Hooper is having a fantastic over here for his team.
Yeah, admittedly, I would say that was a very poor delivery by Ron Williams. That was very short. It was also badly lined down the leg side, and a very easy put away by Asif. And they really cannot allow the Grenadine Divers to get back here into this game. They had taken 3 wickets, including the very dangerous Keito, who was looking to be quite explosive. And these next couple of overs, if they allow the floodgates to open, the game could be over quite quickly. So we need to keep the distance.
Indeed. 50 for 3. That brings up the 50. Another short delivery, and he pulls that. Same direction, same results. Poor delivery by Silroy. The score moves up to 54, and Grenadine Divers are now 54 for 3 in the 5th over. Some really loose bowling here by Silroy.
Yes, and they are ahead of where the Explorers were at this stage. They were at 44 without loss. So even though they have taken 3 wickets, they have to remember that they only need 41 more runs in 5.2 overs, which is not necessarily a big ask. So they can't allow them to get away here with some easy freebies.
At this stage, Darkview Explorers, they were 44 without loss. Grenadine Divers are 53 for 3. So the wicket column is different, but the runs is on. The target is 96. Hooper is on 21. Abraham is on 1. The target
प्लीज
is
भाई जो
96.
देख रहे हैं कृपया कर सब्सक्राइब कर दे भाई प्लीज.
Grenadine Divers versus Darkview Explorers. Silroy outside your stump. Straight to the fielder. That's Hooper. That's Pierre. Here's the feeling. 5 overs completed, 55 for 3. Your thoughts on this game so far?
So they require 41 runs of 5 overs. So that's 41 from 30. So that's by no means a very demanding equation in terms of runs and balls. So the Darkview Explorers, in order to win this game, they really need to keep taking wickets and also keep the pressure up in terms of run scoring by ensuring that they do not give any free scoring opportunities. We saw 2 long hops in that last over being easily and expertly put away behind square by Asif Hooper. So you need to avoid those by all means.
It's another 41 runs needed from 30 balls. Skipper Hooper is there. He would like to do the job. But the youngster bowling, and there's a loud appeal again. Nicely flighted delivery there. We have not seen much of those deliveries in the tournament, and he's a brave youngster.
Very nice flight. And also some turn and bounce on off of that ball, turned across Asif. So very good bowling here by the young man. And I would say that he is the bowler now who is looking threatening. So it would be wise for the divers now not to take any undue risk against him. They are well in control in terms of the run rate at this time.
Nice length, taking the pace off the ball, and skipper Hooper is trying to muscle that 1-3 mid-wicket to only find in the field on the boundary and takes another single. He has to be very careful as he goes about his duties here. He cannot afford to lose as well.
No, he basically the game almost rests upon his shoulders, so he needs to recognize that and approach the game accordingly.
Lovely shot by Abraham, just finds Martin in the way and through at the non-striker's end. Could have been troublesome, but he's in safely. He didn't hit the stumps. 5.3 overs bowled at this stage, about 51 for none. They are now 57 for 3. Brilliantly bowled by the youngster. That is clever bowling.
That is all Asif needs to do. Get the singles off Luke. He is a dangerous bowler. He's looking as if he's troubling both batsmen, and he's also, flighting the ball nicely. And he's restricting the run. So there's no need to take any undue risk against him with the equation as it is.
Very greedy balance. So just play him out, take the singles, and take the chance. Somebody's under it. We spoke about it. He's out caught. We just spoke about it. But Abraham is the man who took the chance, and Hooper is the man who took the catch. Grenadine Divers have lost their 4th wicket. That of Abraham. It's 58 for 4, and Luke will still have strike again.
I'm basically speechless here, man, to show what I'm supposed to say at this point. There's really no calling for that shot. As we said, 41 from 30 at the beginning of the over. The most threatening bowler so far we have seen, based on the way that the batsmen have been troubled by him in the opposition. And you basically give your wicket away when all you need to do is to get some singles. And even if he bowls a few dot deliveries, no problem. The run rate is well under control. Your captain is at the other end, hitting the ball nicely, going at well over 200 strike rate. That was totally uncalled for by you. You have to be the first person to put his hand up and say that that was the case.
He has gifted his wicket away, so that brings to the crease Joseph. Hard hitting Joseph from Grenada. Right. Yes, Wilson have bowled 1 over 12 runs, 1.5 overs for 5 and 12. Very economical, just a run a ball. The current run rate is 9.94. The required run rate is 9.12. Really no need for that. He just needed to tuck the ball off, take the singles, look for the bad deliveries, but he failed to do so. Oh, beautifully bowled again by Wilson. Slow and nice outside the awesome. That brings in bring the end of the over. He has completed his spell. He has 1 wicket for 12 runs from his 2 overs. 2 very important overs.
His excellent spell by Luke Wilson. And continues to prove himself at this level. Continues to show that he's a very bright prospect for the future of Vincent John, Windward Islands cricket. And even further than that in the future, who knows how far he will go and where the future will take him as a young man. Very, very intelligent in his approach, applying the fundamentals of the game. Knowing that he is the one who has the batsman under pressure, he wasn't just content in just bowling dot deliveries. He's slowing it up because he knows that they are under pressure against his bowling in particular. And he was able to get the injudicious shot out of Abraham to take his wicket and complete his spell, going at 1 run and 1 run per ball. So, 2 overs, 1 for 12. That was very good from Wilson.
Well, 58 for 4, 6 overs completed. Evenly balanced game here. It's very much dependent on skipper Hooper, how he goes, and Dean Brown, who have picked up 3 wickets, 2 wickets in his over. The brother and the other batsman going there for Kato, the 2 big wickets thus far. And he will be bowling his final over. This is a very important over as well. He's looking to get a wicket, the wicket of the skipper Hooper, but Hooper has to be smarter than that. Who will win this battle? So 1 down to the leg side, white signal by the umpire. Badly line delivery. field is not set for that either. It's set for there's a deep mid wicket, deep square leg, long on, man short, fine leg, short extra cover. Luke Wilson Atenaeus is backward point. We have third man, long off, and a sweeper, wicket keeper. Short delivery, that one is pulled. One bounce into the fence for 4 and badly line delivery, and Hooper really crashed into that, into the fence for 4. He carries his scores to 27. Good shot.
It's an area of strength for Hassan. That's definitely not the length, and if you're going to be that length, absolutely not the line that you want to be bowling to him. He's very quick on the pull shot, especially when it's, you know, that midway height around his midriff area. Very easy for him just to spin and swivel and just tuck those away behind square, especially with the fact that you have a short fine leg. So as soon as he beats the short fine leg on either side, he knows it's 4 runs. So Dean has to make that adjustment very quickly.
Well, taps with another short delivery into the rib cage here. Calls for 1. Sensibly says, stay with 1. 64 for 4. But he's on 28 from 13. He needs a battery in it if they have to win this game. Need another 32 runs from 22 balls. In the context of this game should be easy. They had hitting Joseph with him. This game will finish in a jiffy as well. But who knows? But what is very important as well is who's going to take up the mantle from the other end. Wilson is finished.
That's a good point. But I think what Joseph needs to do here is just come to the wicket face, one delivery. So he should try to see if he can get a few singles of his first few balls, and then if he sees the opportunity thereafter, probably after facing 5 or 6 deliveries, he sees one that he can hit, he can go ahead. He has a license while Hooper bats through. So that should be the plan from here on.
Joseph wasn't ready for that delivery. He pulled out of it. As mentioned before, he's a hard-hitting batsman from Grenada who's told that it was very dangerous. I think I saw him a couple of times in Grenada t10. Striking some big blows. So he was recommended and selected for that sort of ability. But here, VPL 4.0, he would have himself award the adversary.
So he'd prefer the bowling of Needbrook to what was on offer from Wilson. So that the last delivery that Hook bowled to him. He was kind of caught in no man's land, neither back nor forward. They really should be moving.
This is somewhat of a cat and mouse game. Very deliberate idea of something signaled by the umpire. This is not needed at this time by Brown. So some indisciplined bowling coming into play here. He needs to be tighter than that.
Yes, he has to. He has to remember that the equation, although they are taking wickets, and the run rate, if you bowl a few wides, it can quickly rock it up.
One is hit in the air, one is short of the mallet, it off. There's a call for a second one, but wisely he said Hooper. So a good delivery there by Brown. He has bowled 1.3 over so far. He has 2 for 21. 2 for 21 in over so far. At this stage it was 71 without loss. 15 diamonds and 66 for 4. That's a much better delivery by Brown. Much better delivery. Full into the pads. That is what is recommended for this stage. Well, Hooper is playing a really sensible game where he knows he has to carry his hand to the end of this game if they are to win this game. And Brown is responding very well for his team. The African Explorers, he has in the length. But Joseph, as I said,
प्लीज जितने भी लोग हैं कृपया कर सब्सक्राइब कर दें तो फिर कल से लाइव नहीं आएगी ब्रो.
brilliantly fielded by Wilson. Dives to his left. Brilliantly stopped by the youngster. Great feeling.
Splendid work there. Magnificent piece of fielding. That one was
कृपया कर
struck
चैनल
quite
को सब्सक्राइब
firmly.
कर लें नहीं तो कल से
Outfield is
लाइव नहीं
fast, so
आएगी
I
ब्रो.
don't know if the man at long off might have been it around. So that's excellent work there by Wilson. So he's proving himself not just with the ball when he's bowling, but he's proving himself in the field as well.
Well, those are the little things that cause you to win games. The exceptional feeling, the dive around, the excellent catches, the stopping up the extra run and so on. Those are the things that really makes a difference in the shorter version of this game. 1 and 2 runs is really important to see. So they need another 27 from 18 deliveries. What do you think there should be? Should be the approach from here on?
I don't think they need to do anything out of the ordinary, especially for the next over. That 8th over that is going to be bowled right now. They need to make sure that at the end of the 8th over, they're probably hitting 75, 76, 77. And if they're better than that, better off than that, no problem. But 75, 77, 76 for 4 going into the last 2 overs gives them a very good chance.
Yes, I can remember from the game with him yesterday, Atena's and this over I'm seeing Rage with the ball in his hand. I'm not too sure if the skipper would change things around, but I know Atena's bowled this over yesterday. But it would be very important to see who bowls this over. It's a very critical stage of the game, and they need to have everything intact, everything right. The skipper is speaking to his 2 senior players, really, Atena's and Graves, have been playing for a while. So decision is made that Graves will be bowling this over. So 69 for 4, 7 overs completed. Hooper is on 28 from 15. Joseph is 2 from 3. At this stage, the View Explorers, it was 74 without loss. This one is outside the outside. Brilliantly bowled by Graves.
He slowed that one up a bit and he got a bit of turn away from Asif. He knows that Asif is looking for the mid-wicket region and square leg. So that was a good length. It wasn't full enough that he would be able to tug it from outside the off stump to the next side.
This one is tugged from the off stump to deep mid-wicket by Atenas. So some smart bowling here by Graves. Just still need to get a target of 96. Graves have bowled 1.2 overs for 10 runs. It's now 70 for 4, 7.2 overs bowled. You are here at Arnisville in the VPL 4.0 edition number 4. This is day number 3. This is game number 6. A ding dong battle is here between Darkview Explorers and the Grenadine Divers here this afternoon. It's tense. It's exciting, and it is there for the grab, for the wins. That one is short, and that one is pulled into the double-decker about 6 to 7 rows back, and Mr. Joseph has come to the party. He has smashed that over the wicket.
I was about to speak about matchups here. He's the off spinner. He's bowling to Joseph, who is a right-hander. This is a perfect opportunity now in this over. I know I said before the show was going to go that they could have knocked it around. But there's an opportunity for Joseph now to get into the ascendancy because he's a strong man. He's a right-handed batsman. He will favour his matchup against the off spin. Even though the boundary on that side is a bit longer than on the other side and also into the wind, he knows he's a strong enough man, and we saw on the evidence of that shot that the boundary is big enough for him.
Well, he struck one in the previous game in that same direction, approximately the same distance, about 10 rows back. In the first game, he's a powerful man, and that was a loose delivery by Graves, and he showed in his power. Shot outside the house, stifled appeal here by skipper. I think that he would say to himself, I missed out.
Yeah, that one could have gone again. That one could have gone again. It was there.
Oh my word! He has hit that mightily over mid-wicket into the double-decker stands again. 6 more runs.
And this is what we talk about when we talk about matchups. With those 2 blows, but in the right hand, and that, trust me, that was nowhere near the middle of the bat. That one came off the inner half of the bat, and you can see there 2 sixes, and now it's just 14 either of 13 deliveries.
He just needs some intelligent batting here, but Joseph is saying to himself, once he bowls it in my arc, I am going. And this has been a rather expensive over so far by Graves. For the Explorers, this one is into his pads, and that
जो
one
जो
is in
लाइव
the
देख रहे हैं ब्रो सब्सक्राइब कर देना तो फिर कल से ब्रो हम लाइव प्राइवेट कर देंगे ब्रो जो सिर्फ सब्सक्राइब किए हैं बस उसी को दिखेगा ब्रो
and Joseph. So that brings over to an end 84 for 4. This over just about 12, 13, 15 runs.
It means now that they need 12 runs from 12 deliveries and 6 wins. So, that was a gamble taken there by.
So please, bro, subscribe the channel.
They were looking for an introduction shot to pick it up one of these two batsmen. But it was also good initiative taken by Joseph. He saw a couple of deliveries in his half and where he liked them, and of course he went with that. It's t10 cricket, you have to take some risks, and those were good calculated risks. And you know, brought us to 12. It's not over as yet, but they are now on top of this game.
Yes, we need another 12 runs from 12 deliveries, and Joseph has rushed up to 16 from 7. Well, you ever dependable Uber is there on 29 from 17. He's a skipper. He would like to see this home at 12. Another 12 deliveries to get 12 runs. Martin has the ball in his hand. He has bowled his first over for 8 runs. He needs to restrict them. Skipper. Uber is on strike. How will they go from here? Exciting if we cricket Dream 11, VPL 4.0, day number 3, game number 6, ding dong battle. Here, 12 runs, 12 balls. And the skipper is taking his time, meticulously setting his field. Want to soldier his troops here. Battlefield outside, and here the audience, the crowd is really getting into the game. They're excited, and they're backing their team. Martin. Wide outside the house now. Not what the doctor orders at this point. Wide signal by umpire. Not a good start, my man.
No, not at all. But that's what pressure can do. 12 runs, 1 needed off 12 deliveries. Now you have 11 needed off 12 deliveries. Martin there feeling the pressure. It's over. It can be over in this one. Over here as well. On the way at this point. They will try to go hard in this game. 9th over. And Martin would have to come with something spectacular to bring his team back into it.
Well, Skipper's with batting against Martin. Never dependable, but this one is down the ground. Ball for the single. Ground fields. Another single. So 11 deliveries, 10 runs required. 82 for 2. The Derby Explorers are at this stage. They are now 86 for 4. 86 for 4. They need another 10 runs from 11 deliveries. They should be easy for the Divers.
It should be. It's a game of fluorescence. So we'll see what happens from here on. You never know, a quick wicket or two can set the catapults in pitches.
Panic could come in, but the way Joseph is batting, finishing two deliveries as well. Of course.
Can come at all the possibilities.
Well, the aggressive Joseph is on the striker's end. The Dukes have the duties of skipper. And Martin's with the ball in his hand. 11 from. And he's hitting that one mightily. Mightily. That Jordan is in trouble. Out of the park. Bang on the roofs. Into the whole airport. It's 6 more runs to Joseph. It's 92 for 4. What a shot.
Yes, it was a very good shot by Joseph, but I'm disappointed with that length from Martin. It's either he's going to pull a Yorker or he's going to go hard into the pitch, because that was right in his wheelhouse. And we have already seen the type of power that Joseph possesses, and that was not going to stay here with us.
Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Style, class. Hit that one and you knew it was gone from the time it hit the bat. So, 22 from 8. Need another 4 from 10 deliveries.
अब तो सिटी जीत गया ब्रो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दो ब्रो
He's hitting that one. It comes off the edge. It's flying down into the fence. Yes, come. They are called for one. They're looking for a second. They get the second. And no ball signal by the umpire as well. Oh my word. No ball signal by the umpire. 1 run to win. And Grenadine Divers are on the way to their first victory against the ever mighty Darfield Explorers. very good game so far. Well done by Joseph. He has 24 from 9. Skipper Hooper 30 from 18. They need 1 run from 10 deliveries. 95 for 1. It's a free hit as well.
Big no ball.
Go anyway. I mean, that was also a massive over for Martin because Lullaby was 2 feet.
Delivery, he smashes that one over mid wicket, and that's the end of the game. 6 runs, 30 from 10. Joseph has won this game for the Divers.
Last one
101
6
for
bro.
4. Brilliant batting by the youngster. 30 from 10. Excellent leadership by Hooper, and they have won this game and won it handsomely.
चलो भाई सब गुड नाइट स्वीट ड्रीम्स कल मिलते हैं 9:30 बजे लाइव पे जाते समय भाई फॉलो कर देना सब्सक्राइब कर देना चैनल को फिर कल मिलते हैं 9:30 बजे गुड नाइट ब्रो गुड नाइट स्वीट ड्रीम्स
Spoke about Joseph and his power. Came to the party. Took him 10 deliveries to get to 30. Hooper, he got 30 from 18. A beautiful game, well executed here by the Divers. They have won their first game. And the Darkview Explorers have gone down in this game, their second game. They have lost their second game. And a wonderful game.